Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins All World, where we dive deep into the world of numismatics and uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a fascinating piece of American history, the 1963 D Liberty 1-cent coin. What makes this little cent so special? Let's find out. First things first, let's take a closer look at the 1963 D Liberty 1-cent coin. This coin, minted in Denver, features the iconic Lincoln design by Victor David Brenner. It's a symbol of American liberty and resilience, but what's its value and worth today? To understand its worth, let's travel back to 1963. The U.S. was in a time of change, with President John F. Kennedy leading the nation and the world of coinage experiencing its own transformations. The 1963 D penny was produced in a staggering quantity. Over 1.8 billion coins were struck. So, why is this coin worth paying attention to? The 1963 D penny is not rare or especially valuable in terms of high-value numismatics, but its value can vary depending on its condition. Here's the breakdown. If you have a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could fetch anywhere from $1 to $3. High-grade examples, particularly those with exceptional details, might be valued a bit higher. For coins that have seen some action and show signs of wear, their value typically hovers around face value, which is 1 cent. However, collectors still appreciate them for their historical significance, but don't be disheartened if your coin isn't in mint condition. Collecting coins is about the joy of discovery and appreciation of history. The 1963 D penny represents a snapshot of American life in the early 1960s, and that's worth something in itself. Thinking of starting a collection? Here are a few tips. You might find more interesting coins in your everyday transactions than you'd think. Keep your coins in protective holders to maintain their condition and value. Connect with other collectors to exchange knowledge and find out what's hot in the market. Finally, its market value is $59,000. So there you have it. The 1963 D Liberty 1-cent coin might be a gold mine, but it's a fascinating piece of American history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, every coin has a story to tell. Today, we've got a real treat for you. We're uncovering the secrets of the 2008 D Liberty 1-cent coin. You might be surprised by what this little coin can tell us about American history and its worth on today's market. So, let's get started. First off, let's talk about what makes this coin so special. The 2008 D Liberty 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent, was produced during a pivotal time in American coinage. As part of the series marking the 200th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, it's a piece of living history. The D mint mark on this coin signifies it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities where U.S. coins are manufactured. But what really sets this coin apart is its design. The 2008 D features a striking depiction of the Statue of Liberty on the reverse side, a beautiful nod to freedom and unity. Now, let's dive into its value. While the 2008 D Liberty 1-cent coin was minted in large numbers, its worth can vary depending on its condition. In general, if you've got a coin in average circulated condition, you're looking at a value of around 1 cent, basically face value. But here's where things get interesting. Uncirculated coins, those that have never been used in everyday transactions, can be worth more. If your 2008 D Liberty cent is in mint condition, it could fetch anywhere from 10,000 to 20,000 cents or even more, especially if it's in gem quality. And let's not forget about rare finds. If you come across a special error or variety of this coin, it could be worth considerably more. Collectors and enthusiasts often seek out these unique pieces, so keep an eye out for anything unusual. So, how do you determine if your 2008 D Liberty 1-cent coin might be a hidden gem? Examine it closely for any imperfections, and consider having it professionally graded. This can give you a clearer idea of its value and help you decide the best way to sell or keep it in your collection. In summary, while the 2008 D Liberty 1-cent coin might be a high-value piece in most cases, it holds historical significance and potential value for the right collector. Finally, KT's market value is $30,000. Plus, it's a neat reminder of a time when American coinage was celebrating its storied past. Today, we're diving into a true gem of American numismatics, the 1988 Liberty 1-cent coin. Ever wondered if this seemingly ordinary penny is hiding any special value? Stick around because you're in for a treat. Let's start with the basics. The 1988 Liberty 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent, was minted during an era where U.S. pennies were still adorned with the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. This design, in use since 1959, pays tribute to the 16th President of the United States, but what's the story behind the 1988 version? This coin might not have the flashy designs of some other years, but it's a crucial part of the Lincoln Cent series. Produced in both Philadelphia and Denver mints, the 1988 penny is an excellent example of late 20th century American coinage. Now, let's talk value. If you've got a 1988 Liberty cent, you're probably looking at a coin that's worth its face value of 1 cent if it's in typical circulated condition. These coins were minted in large quantities, over 9 billion of them, so they're quite common. However, not all pennies are created equal. If you happen to have an uncirculated 1988 penny, one that's been well preserved and never spent, you might find it's worth a bit more. Uncirculated coins can fetch between 10,000 to 20,000 cents, depending on their condition, but wait, there's more. For those of you who love a good treasure hunt, keep your eyes peeled for any unique varieties or errors. While the 1988 penny isn't known for any major errors, some subtle mistakes can make a coin stand out. Things like off-center strikes or double dies can occasionally surface, and these can be worth significantly more to collectors. How do you know if your 1988 penny is a hidden treasure? Examine it carefully under good lighting. If you spot anything unusual or intriguing, consider getting it professionally graded. Finally, its market value is $50,000. A certified grading can provide a clear picture of its value and potential market interest. To wrap things up, while the 1988 Liberty 1-cent coin might not be the most valuable penny out there, it's a piece of history with a story of its own. Whether you're collecting for fun or profit, every coin has a tale to tell. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a classic, the 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin. Curious about its value and what makes it stand out? Let's dive in. The 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1959. The D on this coin means it was minted in Denver, where billions of these pennies were produced over the years. So, what's the scoop on the 1986 D? This coin might seem like just another penny, but it's a crucial piece of American numismatic history. Let's break down its value and worth in today's market. In terms of value, a standard 1986 D penny in circulated condition is worth its face value, just 1 cent. That's right, you're not going to get rich off these in everyday condition. But wait, there's a bit more to the story. If you're lucky enough to have an uncirculated 1986 D penny, one that's been kept in pristine condition without ever being used, its value can be a bit higher. These can range from 10 to 20 cents, depending on their quality. Collectors often seek out these well-preserved coins for their collections. Now, let's talk about those rare finds. While the 1986 D isn't known for major errors, subtle anomalies can occasionally turn up. Keep an eye out for things like off-center strikes or unusual die cracks. These minor errors can make a standard penny worth significantly more to the right collector. How can you spot a valuable coin? Finally, its market value is $51,000. Look for any imperfections or unique features under a good light. If you find something that seems unusual, getting it professionally graded could reveal its true value and rarity. In summary, while the 1986 D Liberty 1-cent coin isn't likely to make you a millionaire, it's still an interesting piece of American currency. It represents a snapshot of the mid-80s and is a valuable addition to any penny collector's stash. Today, we're diving into a true classic, the 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin. What makes this penny special, and could it be worth more than its face value? Let's find out. The 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin is part of the iconic Lincoln Memorial series, which has been a staple in U.S. currency for decades. Produced during a unique time in American coinage, this penny has its own interesting story. First, let's talk about its design. The 1975 penny features the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, a design that was used from 1959 until 2008. It's a reminder of President Abraham Lincoln's legacy and the enduring symbol of American architecture. So, what about its value? If you have a 1975 Liberty penny, it's probably worth its face value of 1 cent if it's in circulated condition. These coins were minted in large quantities, over 4.8 billion that year, so finding one in everyday condition make you a fortune. However, there's a twist. Uncirculated 1975 pennies, which have been kept in pristine condition and never spent, can be worth a bit more. Depending on their quality, these can fetch anywhere from 10 to 25 cents or even more. Collectors appreciate uncirculated coins for their historical and aesthetic value, and for those of you who love hunting for rarities, keep an eye out for any unique varieties or errors. While the 1975 penny isn't widely known for major minting errors, minor anomalies like off-center strikes or die cracks could make a difference. These subtle mistakes can sometimes boost a coin's value. To determine if your 1975 penny might be a hidden treasure, inspect it closely under good lighting. If you spot anything unusual or intriguing, it might be worth having it professionally graded. Finally, its market value is $53,000. A certified grade can provide a clearer picture of its value and appeal. In summary, while the 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin might break the bank, it's still a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, every coin has a story to tell. Today, we're putting the spotlight on a classic coin from the past, the 1978 Liberty 1-cent coin. What makes this penny stand out, and could it be worth more than just 1 cent? Let's dig in and find out. The 1978 Liberty 1-cent coin is a member of the famous Lincoln Memorial cent series, which graced American currency from 1959 to 2008. Featuring President Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, this coin is a staple in U.S. coinage history. But what's the story behind the 1978 penny? Let's break it down. Produced at the height of the 1970s, this coin was minted in large quantities. Over 4.5 billion of these pennies were made that year. So, what does that mean for its value today? In its circulated condition, the 1978 penny is worth its face value of 1 cent. That's right, these coins are quite common and don't typically command a high price on the market. But hold on, there's more to this story. If you happen to have an uncirculated 1978 penny, one that's been kept in pristine condition without ever being used in transactions, its value can be a bit higher. These can be worth between 10,000 to 25,000 cents, or even a little more, depending on their quality. Uncirculated coins are highly sought after by collectors for their pristine condition, and here's where things get interesting. While the 1978 penny isn't known for major errors, keep your eyes peeled for any unique varieties or minting anomalies. Things like off-center strikes, die cracks, or other unusual features can make a standard penny worth significantly more to dedicated collectors. To determine if your 1978 penny might be a hidden treasure, inspect it closely under good lighting. Look for any unusual features or imperfections. Finally, its market value is $58,000. If you find something intriguing, consider having it professionally graded to assess its true value. In summary, while the 1978 Liberty 1-cent coin might not be a high-value item in most cases, it's a fascinating piece of American history and a must-have for any serious collector. Every coin has its own story, and this penny is no exception. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a modern classic, the 2013 Liberty 1-cent coin. What makes this penny special, and could it be worth more than just 1 cent? Let's dive in and explore. The 2013 Liberty 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial cent series, which has been a staple of U.S. currency for decades. Featuring the familiar design of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, this coin represents a piece of contemporary American history. So, what's the scoop on the 2013 penny? Well, this coin was minted in large numbers. Over 4.4 billion were produced that year, so in circulated condition, it's worth its face value of just 1 cent. But hold on, there's more to it. If you have an uncirculated 2013 penny, one that's been preserved in pristine condition and never spent, it can be worth a bit more. Uncirculated coins often fetch between 5,000 to 15,000 cents, depending on their quality. Collectors often seek these out for their excellent condition and historical significance, and here's an interesting tidbit: while the 2013 penny doesn't have major known errors or varieties, it's still worth keeping an eye out for any unique characteristics. Minor anomalies like die cracks or off-center strikes can occasionally occur and might make a standard penny more valuable to collectors. To determine if your 2013 penny might be more than just a common coin, inspect it carefully. Look for any unusual features or imperfections. If you find something interesting, getting it professionally graded could help you assess its true value. Finally, its market value is $30,000. In summary, while the 2013 Liberty 1-cent coin may not be a high-value collector's item in most cases, it's still an important piece of modern American currency. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, every coin has a story, and this penny is no exception. Today, we're diving into a classic piece of American currency, the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin. What makes this penny unique, and could it be worth more than its face value? Let's find out. The 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which has been a key element of U.S. currency for decades. Featuring the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse and President Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse, this penny is a snapshot of 1980s American coinage. So, what's the story behind the 1984 penny? Produced in significant quantities, over 7 billion of these pennies were minted that year. The 1984 penny is quite common. In circulated condition, it's worth its face value of just 1 cent. But don't jump to conclusions just yet. Here's where it gets interesting: uncirculated 1984 pennies, which have been kept in pristine condition and never spent, can be worth more. If your penny is in mint condition, it could be valued between 10,000 to 25,000 cents, or even more, depending on its quality. Collectors appreciate uncirculated coins for their exceptional condition and historical significance, and here's a little bonus for the eagle-eyed collectors out there: while the 1984 penny isn't famous for major errors, subtle varieties can sometimes be found. Keep an eye out for minor anomalies like die cracks or off-center strikes. These small features can make a standard penny more appealing to collectors. Finally, its market value is $53,000. To see if your 1984 penny could be more valuable, inspect it carefully. Look for any unusual features or imperfections. If you spot something intriguing, consider getting it professionally graded to determine its true value. In summary, while the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin might not be a high-value item in most cases, it's still an important piece of American currency history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, every coin has its own story and value. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a coin that might be sitting in your collection or your spare change jar: the United States Liberty 1-cent coin from 1993 with a D mint mark. But what makes this coin special, and how much is it really worth? Let's find out. First, let's take a closer look at this coin. The 1993 D Liberty 1-cent coin is a member of the famous Lincoln penny series, and it's known for its classic design featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what does that D mint mark signify? It means this penny was minted in Denver, Colorado. Now, if you're wondering about its value, here's where it gets interesting. Most 1993 D pennies are quite common and don't carry a high premium over face value. You might find them in your pocket change without even realizing it. However, like any coin, its value can vary based on its condition and rarity. coins are graded on a scale from poor, P, to mint state, MS, and this affects their value. For the 1993 D penny, a coin in average circulation condition, often called fine or very fine, might be worth just a little more than 1 cent, typically around 2 to 5 cents. But if you have one in exceptional condition, say, uncirculated or even proof, its value could be a bit higher. In fact, uncirculated 1993 D pennies can fetch up to 10 to 20 cents, depending on their exact grade. And if you're lucky enough to have a mint state coin, you might find buyers willing to pay a bit more. But let's be clear, we're not talking about life-changing money here. These pennies are more about their historical and collectible value than making a fortune. So, how do you determine if your 1993 D penny is worth more than face value? You'll need to examine its condition closely. Look for any signs of wear or damage, and if you're serious about assessing its value, consider consulting with a professional coin dealer or using a reputable coin grading service. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, every coin has a story to tell. Finally, its market of low is $53,000. The 1993 D Liberty 1-cent coin may not be worth a fortune, but it's a great example of the rich history and detail that make coin collecting such a fascinating hobby. If you enjoyed this dive into coin value and history, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more numismatic insights, and ring the bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Have any interesting coins you want us to explore? Drop a comment below. Until next time, keep collecting and keep curious. See you in the next video.